Okay, this is Dave, and this is my son Zach. And last night we had quite the interesting experience. And so, why don't you? I'll ask some questions, and then you can kind of. That's normally the best way to do this. So, we went to the Holiday Inn Central last night, and what were we doing there? Why'd we go?
It was our little cousin's birthday party.
Yeah. And how many people did we go with?
There were about 7.
Well, it was a little more than 7.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had everybody up, there was probably about 30 family members there. And the pool was full of people. We went to Holiday Inn Central, and there was maybe...
About at least 50?
Yeah, 50, I would agree, 50 people in the pool. So, what we were kind of playing, and just kind of describe what happened.
Well, me and Colton, he's a roommate with Crystal, my big sister. Me and Colton were throwing the football around and in the water, and we started to. And after I was watching this lady, and she was like walking around and stuff, and then I realized that there was a kid by me. It looked like he was he looked like he was playing, like play dying or something like that, and he started and then the mom got kind of worried and came in the gate and kind of watched him, and then my dad, Dave, jumped in, pulled him out and did CPR, and the mom went with him, and he came back breathing, and he's okay.
So get over there, Alex. Give us your take. Can you add anything more? Let's just stand right next to your brother so I can see it. Do you have any more feedback about what happened?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it at all? Where were you at?
I was in the room.
You were in the room already?
Yeah, he was up in the room.
Oh, you didn't see the whole thing happen? Holy cow.
I thought it was just a boy.
Yeah.
And his mom.
That's crazy. So, here, I'm going to give it to you, and I'll give you my take on it. So, like I was just, I don't know, I really actually don't have a passion for swimming, you know, like I like to swim, but not like, you know, in a pool like that, and it was like freezing cold, and so I was kind of looking to go back up to the room, so I was kind of hanging out, standing on the side of the pool with my flip-flops on, and I saw the fear of God in this lady's eyes. I mean, that's the 4th time I've seen it. The first 3 are on the side of a mountain on 3 different trips. And I looked in the pool, and this kid was just, his head was hanging back, and his chest was up, and he was in there kind of funny, and he wasn't really moving. So I jumped in, and I grabbed him, and I knew right away, after I grabbed him, that he wasn't breathing. His face, his lips were all purple, and so I threw him up on the side of the pool. The pool was only about 4 feet deep, so I was able to stand in the pool while he was on the side. And I first compressed his chest, but I could feel that wasn't making a difference. He was a little kid. He probably only weighed 40 pounds. And so the next thing I did is just tipped his head back, and I saw that my mouth would fit over his nose and mouth. And so I just started doing CPR. And after just a few times of blowing in, he just started coughing. I turned him over, and he threw up. And, you know, first with water, then a bunch of food. And he was crying like crazy. But the medic said he was fine. So I was a camp counselor in high school a long time ago, where I, you know, obviously was the lifeguard there. It's kind of part of that. It was on the Elkhorn River, and I took CPR in college. It's the first time I've ever done it. So it was a really surreal experience. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. So it was, there was, one thing that I remember is I could hear, I guess there were a lot of people screaming during this time, but I didn't hear any screaming during that whole thing. Like, I had tunnel vision, and it was kind of like Over the Hedge of that movie where Hammy is running underneath the radar, and like the radar's just like, you know, moving really slowly. And so like the clock was not like moving really fast, it was just click.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anybody either. I was just in shock.
Yeah,
I
it was just amazing to watch all that. So So yeah, it'll be interesting kind of what happens over the next few days about it, because the fire department came and kind of took the kid, and the medic said he seemed to be fine. They didn't have any water in the lungs, but who knows? The guy was out oxygen the kid was out oxygen for some period of time, and then the detective showed up later, started answering a bunch of questions. So it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with that. So this is a great thing, and just by the grace of God, we were even there. So so there you go. So hit the red button.
Red button.